Welcome to Football Worldwide, and we are bringing you the Champions League draw live in a special edition of the Champions League show. My name's Bruno. Welcome to Football Worldwide. We are doing the Champions League draw live today, which will be kicking off in about 30 minutes approximately. We got on a bit early because sometimes they tend to start early. Anthony, how are you, mate?
Very, very good. We have not been here. Well, I'm just going to have that bias for a sec. As an Inter fan, I have not been here. We have not been here for pretty much a decade. Round of 16, real big time European football, man. So I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, just let us know where you're joining us from. We've got Indra Hari getting in nice and early with the banter. Lukaka, Uncle Sharma, if you're free, join in, jump in with us. Be good to see you here. Quick prediction. Manchester United. Do you know what? I'm thinking the other side of Manchester. I'm thinking we might be drawing City.
Indra Hari's got my prediction, man. That's what I thought waking up this morning, bro. And that'll be painful. That will be painful.
It will be painful. And hello, Emiliano. But yes, Anthony, run us through who is in pot one. So the winners of the groups.
Wait, mate. First of all, before we start, I just got to say, you got to be in this to win this, man. And in terms of exposure, if we need to go to Munich, if we need to go to Manchester, if you have to go to Anfield, you get this leg up, man, that you've never gotten before. This is round of 16 stuff. They're going to come to the San Siro in the black and blue to face Inter. And I just think no matter who's going there, it's going to be really, really tough. Like even Sporting, even Lille, all these teams have got something diverse to bring to the round of 16. And there's always one or two sides that you never expect to get to the quarterfinals that do. And they might go even further. So I'm really, really excited, man. But in terms of the pots and the seedings, let's go right over to it. I'll just decide which lot of ones to use. Yeah, let's use these ones. These look better. Let's go straight from Uefa. So Group A, Bruno, two very, very big sides, two very, very rich sides. But, full speed ahead for Manchester City. They could afford to pretty much be lackluster on the last day of the tournament. I'll ask you a question, bro. In terms of favorites of this tournament, surely they've got to be, a 1 or 2 seed on paper. Pep Guardiola, obviously, probably should have won it once or twice before. But they've still got another crack at it this year, right?
Yeah, definitely. Look, this team here has shown why they are there. They made the final last year. Manchester City, they've got Pep, they've got the team, they've got the momentum at the moment. And they've got the hunger, especially after last season.
Yeah, absolutely. Paris, I was pretty disappointed with a lot of how they played, not only in the Champions League, but this season. They've been pretty poor. They've been pretty poor, man. Just a team without a tactical identity, because when you play those sort of forwards up front in Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, they tend to drop off a little bit. And they don't track back defensively. And that's a big problem, a really, really big problem, man. Even players like Hakimi have looked out of place. So it's not necessarily the fault of Pochettino. I reckon they're going to struggle in the round of 16, no matter who they come up against. Obviously, they'd probably be the side to avoid in the pot, in the second seeding groups, in the side groups. So what are you saying about Paris, man?
Look, I think the group stage was a good feeler for them. It was a good feeler for the team. And they've tried really hard to get the team set in their ways. But this doesn't kick off until February. So they've got a bit of time to get their eggs in a row. And once they do, this will be a formidable side.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, man. I'd really have to agree. Let's go down to the second group. Liverpool and Atletico went through to the next round. And this is why I'm saying Inter might get Liverpool, because I truly believe that they might get the best team in Europe. This competition is made for them. Absolutely made for them, man. And they've proven it before by winning it 6 times. They're probably the team you want to avoid the most, next to maybe Bayern. Atletico, on the other hand, didn't have a great group, but that's a very, very, very tough group. You've got two sides in Porto and Milan that are really upset and disappointed that they're not there. So what are you saying about these two sides, man? What chance do you give them?
Look, Liverpool, they're very underrated in this competition. You know, everyone talks Munich, City, and you just got to watch for them. Atletico, they've got a terrible patch of form at the moment, but if they do turn that around, we can see a run like they did in 2014, I think it was, where they made the final, which is very possible with Simeone at the wheel.
Yeah, 100%, man. I just think they're going to be tough as well, no matter who comes up against them. They're a team that knows what it's like to get to the final, as far as the final. So, anybody that comes up against Atletico will think they could have done a little bit easier. Fantastic group. That was Group C. I think everybody was a little surprised that Dortmund didn't go through to the next round. Interesting stat about this group, 0 draws in it altogether. Ajax proving to be just as good on paper statistically as Liverpool in this tournament with 18 points out of 18. A side that I think are going to be very underestimated in this tournament. Sporting, on the other hand, doing the tough yards to get through in this group, man. And once again, not going to be easy to go to Portugal. What are you saying about these two sides?
Just a turbo 11110000. It will be starting shortly, but on your point, Ajax are one of three teams in this campaign, alongside Liverpool and Bayern Munich, who have a perfect season in the Champions League. But Sporting, they got there by default. Equal points with Dortmund. It was quite difficult for them. Overall, look, either Ajax, I think, like you said, I can see them doing a nice deep Champions League run again. I can see them semi-finals.
That'd be something, man. That'd really be something. You want to see that. You really, really want to see that. Real Madrid through on 15 points, Inter on 10 points. For Inter, I'll take this one, man. As I said, I'm already prepared for the worst. I'm prepared to see our name come up against Liverpool, City, or Bayern Munich. But then again, as we just said, coming up against Ajax, would it really be that much easier? I really don't think so. I don't think there are any teams to disrespect in this tournament, Bruno.
Now, look, this is one of the most competitive competitions. The group stage was extremely competitive and fair. The round of 16, I think you could have picked the teams other than, I say, Sporting potentially and Benfica, but you could have really picked it from the outset. No team is going to be easy, to say the least, and you can't really argue between Real Madrid and Inter. Out of that group there, you had your feeling that Inter were going to push through, and Real Madrid, well, they're the Champions League kings when it comes to this. So let's move on to the next group.
Next group, Group E, Bayern, 18 points. Once again, a formidable form, man. 22 goals for, 3 goals against. Absolutely making a mockery of this group. Benfica are the surprise package through. Benfica, no surprise to European pedigree. They have won this competition before, but Barcelona in, man, the worst form that I've seen them in my 25 years as a football fan, to be honest. So, Bruno, without paying too much attention to that side, how do you rate Benfica's chances in the round of 16? Obviously, they'll go through as one of the lower ranked sides. Bayern, on the other hand, I don't see many sides being able to stop their run to a semi-final minimum.
Look, Bayern, like you said, you hit the nail on the head, but Benfica, they're a surprise package for this round of 16, but at the same time, they're there for a reason. They're going to be doing well. Again, they can pull off an upset like they did against Barca, like they did. They've done it in the past. So let's move on, because I think they're starting to get a wriggle on in the draw.
They're starting to get it on, hey?
Yes.
Let's go.
So Group
Man
F.
United, Villarreal. Oh, they're starting to actually do it.
Yeah, no, keep going. I'll stop us if we don't get to the end.
Beautiful. Group F, lowest amount of points for a leader, I think it was, with 11. Man United, Villarreal on 10. Atalanta just missed out. I think everyone sort of wanted to get Man United, man. So just focus on them. Their form under Ralph Rangnick. They've got a few clean sheets in a row. Going into next year's Champions League, I'm pretty sure they'll go in very hungry to try and make a deep run. But in terms of being just tactically inept against some of the biggest sides, I think they'll fall short. If they get a lucky draw, they might be able to get to the quarterfinals. What do you think, Bruno?
Yeah, look, I think Manchester United, they've got Mr. Champions League himself, Cristiano Ronaldo. He steps up. He's a big game player. I don't think any team would want to face them. At the moment, they're in a bit of a rough patch. They're in a bit of a transition, but you got to remember this round of 16 kicks off in February. So we're at the start of December. There's a fair few match days between now and then. So there's a lot of time for them to push on. Villarreal, look, they won the Europa League last year. Again, they're hungry, but I can't see them going too deep this competition.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, man. Going down to Group G, Lille, Salzburg going through ahead of Sevilla and Wolfsburg. Two under the radar sides. Lille, all the eggs in one basket, pretty much, because they're not doing very well domestically in France, eh, Bruno?
Yeah, look, they're the champions of France, but overall, this group was super competitive. Both it was open to the last match day. Anyone could have qualified, anyone could have finished first, and it was just one of those situations where it was the most competitive group. But again, you don't want to underestimate these teams. Lille was stripped bare of their players during the transfer market, and they're starting to find form. Salzburg, same thing. And the last and final group, I believe, is Juventus and Chelsea. Juventus have put their domestic failures aside when it comes to the Champions League. Benfica's just being drawn for the first team.
All right. Here we go,
So
man. Here we go. How exciting.
Benfica can draw any team in pot 2, pot 1, I believe, other than Bayern Munich, who was in their group. So Benfica have drawn Real Madrid. What do you think of that matchup, Anth?
I think both teams will be happy. I think both teams will be happy there. Real Madrid are beatable. They're not the Real Madrid that they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Benfica, on the other hand, will look like an appetizing opponent for Real Madrid. I have no doubt about that.
Villarreal is the next name to be drawn.
Sorry, wrong one. Just trying to get this.
And as Real Madrid's already been drawn, they can draw anyone other than Manchester United. This will be interesting. Well, I can picture Juventus getting Villarreal for some reason.
That would be horrible. That would be too easy for them.
But isn't it the way it goes for them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Manchester United.
That can't be possible. They were in the same group together.
They've made an error in the draw already. They have made an error in the draw already.
I've never seen that happen in my life as a football fan.
They made an error in the draw already. They drew Manchester United when it's not even possible.
You know what people are going to say now? That's how you know it's rigged. That's how you know all the favorable.
City. They put the wrong Manchester in there. So Villarreal has gotten Manchester City.
That's funny.
That's one competitor that Inter was looking to avoid.
100%.
Yes.
1 down, 2 to go. 2 to go. Liverpool and Bayern Munich. That's all.
So they're drawing the runners up first. I can't believe they made that mistake.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
But it was the error made on the director. He stated that all teams are capable. Atletico Madrid. I would like to see Juventus come up against Atletico Madrid.
That would be a very boring game.
I would like to see that happen, but I also would like to see I'd like to see them come up against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Or Chelsea. Liverpool. We haven't mentioned Chelsea much. I don't want to face. Oh no, they're second. Never mind. We don't face them, which is
No, we
good.
don't face
Thank
them because
God for
Juventus
that.
top the group.
Who does Atletico Madrid get?
That's right. They finished runners up.
Don't start with that one. Handed to Juventus on a platter. They have Bayern Munich.
Yes! Come on! 2 down, 1 to go.
Atletico Madrid have drawn Bayern Munich. Now PSG to draw Liverpool. That's how I see it
Bayern's
going.
gonna whoop Atletico to bits.
That will be. Please tell me Bayern Munich are gonna rip through all the Spanish teams this season.
Probably.
Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg's next. Oh, this is getting. Please be Liverpool.
Red Bull Salzburg and Liverpool. Why? Oh yeah, so we miss out. I was gonna say, is there something else special in that tie? But nah, I'm trying to think of rivalries in my head. That's why, in some past history, Salzburg could get.
Ajax.
Ajax.
Juventus.
Oh yeah, they could get Ajax.
Liverpool.
No way! Are you kidding me? They're all gone. Liverpool, Bayern, and City.
We've got United, Ajax, Juventus, and Lille.
We can't get Juventus. It's Ajax, United, or Lille. It's going to be the United game.
Manchester United.
I've been there before, 2008, 2009.
Inter has just been drawn.
Come on. Here we go. Inter. Come on. It's United for sure. United for sure. Tactically, I'm just trying to think.
Inter. Let's hope they make an error. Manchester City. Look, Nathan, all the hate for Juve, but there are a lot of Inter fans in this group. So
Too many.
See how that goes.
I can't believe how quickly City, Bayern, and Liverpool just got out of that draw for us, man. I really expected the worst.
Inter have drawn.
Inter Juve, Nathan said.
Ajax.
Wow.
Fantastic fixture for both Inter and Ajax.
Inter versus Ajax Amsterdam, bro. This is fucking huge. I can't wait. Sorry for swearing. This is
Inter
so good.
takes on Ajax. What a draw for Inter and Ajax. I feel both teams.
You know what I feel, man?
Phenomenal.
I feel we've been in the group stage for 4 years, but I feel like this is real proper European football excitement, man. Inter versus Ajax Amsterdam in 2 legs.
Sporting can either get United or Juventus.
Sporting Lisbon. Indro didn't want Ajax, bro. They're tough. They're going to be so tough. But
I don't want Ajax either, but
me either. But
this is a fantastic matchup competitive-wise. It's not like Ajax are going to wipe the floor with, well, you'd hope.
It's going to be tough, bro. It's going to be an even game. It's going to be even.
Juventus got Sporting.
Juventus gets Sporting. Cruisy fixture for Juventus, 100%.
So it's Chelsea, Lille, PSG, United.
PSG, Man United. I guess that's probably
Ronaldo, Messi.
Ronaldo, Messi. It's
Ronaldo versus Messi.
It's rigged, Bruno, bro. They misplaced the name. It's rigged, cuz UEFA is a cash grabbing.
This is phenomenal. So, wow. This is amazing.
PSG versus United. Messi versus Ronaldo again. I think it's rigged because of the error during the draw, but that doesn't matter. It's going to happen either way. Inter gets Ajax Amsterdam. How exciting, bro. I'm excited. That's a really good city to go and play in. What an atmosphere. Those fans are going to make it really hard for Inter.
Here you have the Champions League draw. I've gone ahead before they finished the draw because there's those last 2 teams are the only 2 teams that can face each other. So this is do you know what? It's a very competitive draw. I got to say the least.
It's all good, man. Ajax, it's going to be really tough. This is such a good team. But I'm excited, bro. I'm so excited. I wanted to get that. Like, as an Inter fan, seeing Liverpool, City, and Bayern get read out so early, that was everything I wanted.
That was phenomenal. A fantastic draw. It's just so much going on. But I can turn the draw off now because we're no longer there. Anthony, we've got the draw here. We've got some. Yes, I'm putting up a bracket. I just saw that, to be honest. We've got the draw here. We'll go through it match by match. Benfica finished second in Bayern Munich's group, whereas Real topped the group for Inter. Honestly, statistics, everything's pointing to Real Madrid. But do you see Benfica causing any problems?
I see Benfica causing a host of problems for Real Madrid, especially in Portugal. Benfica, like they're no strangers to this competition, and in terms of what do you call it, man? Their league form this season, it's not like they're having a bad season. I mean, they're third in the league. They're 4 points off the pace with the usual suspects that you'd see there in Porto and Sporting. But I think that they'll go into this competition pretty tie against Real Madrid, pretty confident of at least making it really, really tough for them, man. I remember watching them in the group stages, and they knew that it was a Barcelona side that they could overcome. You know, they've done there and done the dirt against Barcelona. They won against Dynamo Kiev when it counted. Of course, they didn't come up trumps against Bayern, but who does in football ever? And just remember, like, you know, they walloped Barcelona 3-0. Yes, it was at home. Yes, Barcelona got a red card, but they'll make it tough for them. But I couldn't summarize it any better than what Indra Hari is about to say right now. Come on, no chance João Mario can beat Modric and co. 100%, bro. 100%, man. That's well said. So, yeah, as pain in the ass as Benfica will be, the sheer quality of Real Madrid is going to get them over the line because they don't exactly play full-blown progressive football, as we know.
Yeah. Villarreal, Manchester City. We saw Villarreal beat Manchester United in the Europa League final last season. Is this a walk in the park for Manchester City with the squad they've got at the moment? Can they really? Is it Emery's their manager now, the former Arsenal manager?
Yeah.
So can they really, trump what they've come up against, or is Manchester City a mountain too tall?
Villarreal's league form is trash this season, bro. They've only got 4 wins. They've only got 4 wins in La Liga. They got 19 points, 2 wins in their last 5 games. Honestly, it's not good. Can I just say big up to the 45 people that are joining us right here, man? That is really, really nice. If you are new, make sure you like and subscribe and share us on all platforms. And we promise to keep this growing. That's a really, really nice community to join us tonight. We're very grateful. I think that Villarreal are going to get walloped, bro. I think City puts 3 past them in the away leg, maybe 4 past them in the home leg. Maybe it won't be that easy because Emery is a good tournament coach. He's won the Europa League with Sevilla before, if I'm not mistaken. And did he win a trophy with Arsenal? Did he win an FA Cup? He might have won an FA Cup.
Possibly. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know. I think he could have won an FA Cup after Wenger left. I'm not too sure. But either or, really easy round of 16 tie for City. You can tattoo their name in the quarterfinals.
Atletico Bayern Munich, everything points to a Bayern Munich trump here. But out of the possible teams they could have drawn between all of them, Atletico would have to be up there in competitors potentially Bayern could have picked, the top competitors Bayern could have faced.
Yeah, for sure, bro. It's going to be a tough one for Atletico, man. Like, really, their league form isn't resounding either. They've gone a little bit off, they're really off the pace in La Liga, to be honest, man. So they're not going to come back there. But they're not good enough to win the Champions League. And their Champions League is going to come to an end. And I thought of this at the start of the season. Does Simeone look like he might be starting to make a disconnect from the club? I'm not too sure about that, but I think this season statistically is going to be his worst at the club for a long time, since he's been there almost. You know, he's teetering on 4th in the league, already 13 points off the pace. He's got no chance of winning the league. The best he can hope for domestically is to qualify for the Champions League via the La Liga route. And in this situation, Atletico is probably one of the rare sides in this round of 16 that might be looking at it going, crap, it might have been better to go down to the Europa League and give that a crack because we might be out in the round of 16. I guess the only consolidation is if they really do believe that they can win La Liga, maybe they can get locked out now and focus just on the league, but they won't do that. Either all Bayern are way too strong. They completely dominate the Bundesliga left, right, and center, and they've just got a squad ready to fire, ready to go. If Lewandowski's not scoring the goals, Muya's going to chip in, and then everybody else is going to chip in one by one. No matter who it is, they're going to win the tie over both legs. I don't think Atletico can even get a draw in Madrid.
And we move on to what I personally think could be one of the most one-sided selections of this stage. Salzburg facing Liverpool. Mate, a lot of the Salah, Mane, they're leaving Liverpool to go to the African Cup of Nations. They come back and straight on to Champions League. Do you really see Salzburg causing any problems, or is this just a routine fixture for Liverpool?
Liverpool will beat them over the two legs, obviously. It's just a question of maybe if RB can maybe get a couple of goals and make it a decent round of 16 for them to remember. You know, they're pretty used to being up top in the Austrian Bundesliga themselves. But still, I think that they're there to just make up the numbers in the round of 16, man. And despite winning the last few league titles for Austrian league, they're not going to be able to go past Jurgen Klopp. Absolutely no chance.
Look, I'm going to skip the next fixture because we'll talk about that a bit more extensively. But
cool.
Sporting has picked up Juventus. Honestly, a favorable draw for Juventus from
Sporting.
In the eyes of the outsider who don't tune in every week. But as we've come to know, this team, Sporting team, can cause some problems for Juventus. And if Juventus don't pick up the game, it could be a bit more of an issue than what everyone and the bookies would seem to make it.
Yeah, man. Very favorable draw for Sporting, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, Juventus's league is bad. League form is bad, which means Juventus is probably going to win this tie emphatically. They're pretty much going to have to focus on having a good Champions League run to save face this season. I think they'll still come back in the league and qualify for the Champions League and snake fourth spot in Serie A. But at the moment, that's not looking likely on their behalf. So they need to go into this competition knowing that they can still beat most sides over two legs if they're really on their day. But they won't be on their day. They'll have injuries. They'll be fatigued. Their squad wears thin. Allegri isn't going to be flexible enough this season. They'll go through against Sporting, but I think that's where it might end. For Sporting, on the other hand, they should look at this as a really big opportunity to face a weak Juventus side. And if they really take it to them, especially in Portugal, they can make it tough because the away goal rule is something that we haven't really touched on. That away goal rule is obsolete now. It's gone.
You've got to see extra time a lot more now.
That's another UEFA robbery and riggery. They are trying to get more extra time and penalty shootout out of these players. Like the away goal rule is really, really good. It makes going to another city really, really special. Now that element is sort of taken away from it on paper. That's just my opinion. So I think over two legs, Sporting's got a good chance of tying Juventus on goals because we watch Serie A. Is Allegri scoring a lot of goals this season, Bruno? He's not scoring a lot of goals this season, man. This is a good chance for Sporting.
And dropping points against newly promoted Venezia isn't a good way heading into Christmas. But I've said it many times before on this live, and I'll continue to say it. This does not take effect until February. So there is a lot of time in the world of football. 2 months and a transfer window can do the world of good and change so much. So we will move on to what is most probably the headlining fixture of this round of 16 draw. That is PSG facing Manchester United, Messi facing Ronaldo. It's the dream team of France facing the best team on paper, that is, of England. How you can't pick a winner here because Ragnick can get this squad into a fantastic position, but as can Pochettino. You've got Messi. You've got Ramos, who should be returning back from his newly received injury. There is so much happening within this squad. Can you pick a winner from now?
Can't, but I think this is a decent draw for both sides in a sense that PSG avoids a tougher opponent in Bayern, Liverpool, Madrid. I think maybe even Ajax, maybe even Juventus, you could argue as well. But United, on the other hand, will look at Paris and go, we're scared, but there can't be a fear factor at the moment because they've
You've
got
got
nothing.
Ronaldo in your team, and he is made for this.
Exactly,
And
bro.
the rivalry of United should bring Ole back for the round of
hilarious,
16
bro. That's
only.
hilarious, man.
I like that. I really do. But
He's a
no,
funny guy, this Indra Hari.
100%. But do you really see there being much issue happening? I can't pick a clear-cut winner because you've got Messi, you've got the dream team, Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, Verratti, and how can we forget Icardi? That team with Icardi up front, anything's possible. But you're looking at, I think, will be that this fixture will capitulate the entire round of 16. It will be on the headlines. It will be when they promote this Champions League. This is the fixture they're going to.
Yeah, bro, it really is.
And when they pulled out Manchester United by accident, they're like, oh, no, we need to put that one back. But I don't understand how they made an error that badly. But you're a Manchester United fan, do you see a blowout going either way, or is this going to be where the away goal should really still come into existence?
I'm just going to say one more time, this is rigged. I don't care what anybody says, you know me. This is rigged for sure. But anyway, focusing on the actual fixture, they'll get flashbacks of, as Indra Hari says, when Oli got them through in the round of 16 last time, penalty from Rashford. But it's going to take more than just bright lights and the Oli smile this time to get through, man. Like, you got Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, knowing that they're hungry. They got to get it over Ronaldo, bro. That's going to be, tensions are going to fly in that game. There's a lot of big characters. This is as close to a Netflix football game as you're going to get into the modern era as well. So buckle up, man, because the press and the media around this game are really going to make it feel like a movie before kickoff. My prediction, with absolutely no bias, I think in Paris, United will struggle. But then again, no away goals rule, so it doesn't really matter. I guess at Old Trafford, with the Old Trafford fans on their side, I think United's going to win that fixture. I reckon they win it like 2-1 or 3-2, possibly. I think like players like Verratti are going to be important in these fixtures, man, to be able to break down United, because at the end of the day, Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, not really Messi, Mbappe and Neymar, as good as they are, if United sit a little deep and keep playing solid defensively like they are under Ranić at the moment, it could frustrate PSG. And, United's very good on the counter. PSG have to play on the front foot.
Donnarumma or Navas?
That's a good question. That's a really,
I will
really,
ask you that
really
in our
good question.
Champions League preview show before we head into this. Indra Hari, he reflects the same ideology as you. PSG United is Verratti. He's the one who can beat Rangnick's pressing scheme. You are on the same page with that there. Chelsea, Lille, the dream draw for Chelsea, I would say.
Dream draw for Chelsea, sorry.
But when you look at it, they had Juventus, United, Liverpool, and City all out of their potential opponents. So it was very limited to who they could have drawn. But I think the current champs are too strong, and they will breeze past Lille and rest players on the second leg.
I don't think they'll breeze past them and rest players on the second leg, but they'll beat them and go through to the next round. Whereas they could have come up against Ajax, and I think Ajax would have enjoyed the fixture. They could have come up against Bayern, and Bayern would have enjoyed the fixture. Same as Madrid as well. So given, it's the most favorable draw possible, Chelsea will go through. And Lukaku won't score many goals either. For Lille, it'll be all about Jonathan David, I guess, to see if he can crack that line. For me, over the two legs, Chelsea can get a draw in France, 1-1. and then 2-1 or 2-0 at Stamford Bridge.
Before we get into the next fixture, I just got to say a big thank you to the 51 people who are still here with us. Phenomenal numbers. It is exciting. I would just love for you to hit that like and subscribe button, because we will be bringing you more fire content like this on a weekly basis. But who a lot of the fans are here for today, Inter Milan drawing Ajax. And it was in a WhatsApp chat. Before I throw it to you, Anth, it was in a WhatsApp chat, and I think you're a part of this. And the comment was, drawing Ajax will show the world where both of these clubs are on a European level. And if it's a blowout either way, if Ajax belt Inter, well, it shows Inter's not made for Champions League football. And the same goes for Ajax. But I think competitive wise, this is probably on the same level as PSG United. Both teams are very similarly matched, and it's just one of those fixtures where, even as an Inter fan, I am not confident saying we're going to go through to the next round. But at the same time, it's a lot better than some of the other teams we could have potentially drawn.
100%, but I don't. For me, this is all about atmosphere and pedigree. And Ajax is a big European club. You know, you really have to be born in the generation underneath us, and we're still young people, to not know that Ajax are a high-profile European side. And being drawn against them in the Champions League is a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be able to go to the Netherlands and play in Amsterdam. And it's a pleasure to host a Dutch side like them. So it's going to be really, really good quality football from two very, very passionate sets of fans. That's a very, very important part of this fixture. Ajax, current reigning Dutch champions, playing very well this season, only 1 point off the top of the Eredivisie. They've got 36 points. PSV have 37, but at the end of the day, they had a good Champions League campaign. They topped their group with 18 points out of 18, and we are really going to need to step it up because they have so many players that can be dangerous. I don't know if anybody has heard of their forward, Sebastian Haller. You must live under a rock if you have not. He is dynamite. He's absolutely dynamite. But there is also something huge that's going down in this fixture, and it's why I started to party a little bit, and it might start to turn a few heads. If any Inter fans are watching our potential, probable, most likely, apparently signature on the paper next goalkeeper, Onana, has been starting games for Ajax in the last 3 weeks. He might actually end up starting against us in the Champions League. So if there was anyone that thought even for slightly that he was coming to Inter early, even to train or whatever, that's not happening whatsoever. And I dare say, I hope the picture doesn't go sour in some way, man, because that might break our transfer intentions for a bit. But I thought that was interesting to point out. But other than that, it's going to be a very, very tough fixture, man. What do you think is going to happen?
Look, I think on the day, it's the better team who shows up. You can't go into this fixture 80%. You can't have players having 8 out of 10 games. They all need to be as dedicated as possible to this fixture. Inter have known in the past, and they have seen in the past, sacrificing European competition in order for the domestic league. If we were to draw Bayern, City, Liverpool, you could justify that. But when you're given a great opportunity against a great team like Ajax, I think don't worry about the potential domestic champions, because this could be the catalyst of an extremely deep Champions League run for Inter. But the same goes for Ajax, because they've done all they need to do when it comes to domestic football. But Champions League wise, they've always fallen at the, second last hurdle, the last hurdle. Most recently, they beat Juventus and were knocked out by Tottenham in the semi-final and Tottenham ended up losing to Liverpool in the final. So they're not strangers when it comes to the knockout stages of the Champions League. They're not strangers to all of this, but Inter and Conte, he invested into some players who are not strangers to this either. We've got Sanchez, who he's known Champions League football, and Vidal is known Champions League football, and this is where these players played the biggest part. Perisic won the Champions League with Bayern Munich. So this is where your Champions League team players, the players that Conte brought into this squad for the experience and the leadership, come into play. So I really do see this being one fixture that on the outset, if you're a bookie, you really have them at equal odds, to say the least. You really could not split hairs here. Indra Hari's got here a De Vrij moment again, referring to De Vrij in the Lazio fixture. I cannot see Onana doing that because Ajax will do everything in their ability to stop that transfer. But I do see it being a very competitive fixture and a fixture that is easily winnable by both teams. If Inter have Bastoni, De Vrij, and Skriniar in great form, I feel it's going to be a hard barrier for Ajax to break down, but you just need your forwards to be on their game on the day.
100%, man. In terms of Ajax, man, like Ten Hag's got a good system going, man. He loves the 4-3-3. Sometimes shifts it up in a 4-3-2-1. I know that. Likes his 3 attacking midfielders. One of them likes to join higher. 3 defensive mids who form like a tandem with the defenders. He's a good coach. And Ajax is such a disciplinary training system, academy. It's just a very well-disciplined club. Even defensively, man, like they know how to keep attackers at bay. They're a tough defensive unit. They've conceded something like, they haven't conceded that many goals in the last 20 games. I saw a stat midweek, but I couldn't remember. But anyway, it's just going to be hard to break them down because Inter this season are a side that creates a lot of chances. I think they're top 5 in Europe for chances created, but conversion's not great. Conversion is not great. It could be better. We whacked Cagliari for 4 this morning, and Cragno, their goalkeeper, was the man of the match. We won 4-0, and their goalkeeper was the man of the match. So, yeah, go figure. But other than that, bro, like it's just hard not to be happy because we're back in the round of 16 against a European pedigree side in Ajax. And I dare say if we go through, oh, man, who cares who we get next? Confidence will be through the roof, bro.
Yeah, look, it will be phenomenal. This team is hungry. Both teams are hungry. We will be doing a video, I'm sure, tomorrow on Inter Worldwide covering this draw just after we've calmed down a bit. You know, you saw the emotion here. I might clip that section of the video of Anthony cheering when City drew out, Bayern drew out, Liverpool drew out, and it just worked perfectly. But
it's going on and on and on. I could not believe it.
It all worked in favor. I feel it was a very fair draw for most teams overall, and it is full of fire content. So I'm sure we'll do a video tomorrow on Inter Worldwide. We'll probably get a couple of the boys to jump in and tune in to discuss the Champions League draw. But Anthony, you have Serie A roundtable coming up for Football Worldwide, and we have a couple of interesting fixtures to discuss. This 3rd week in a row where the leaders have dropped and we've got a new leader again.
We do have a new leader. I don't like to talk too much about leading. I don't like to be winter champs, but I think
you need to be the leader at the finish line. Catch everything APL. Mo dropped that today. I was a special guest. European Weekly catch up, Serie A roundtable. We've got the conversation starter, and many more. Guys, we appreciate the support. We've got 30 people still in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. From everyone here at Football Worldwide, thank you. Anthony, always a pleasure.
Ciao, mate. Ciao, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.